What's going on, everybody? It's Greg. Just here on this nice Saturday morning. Figure you guys are probably fiddling with your tanks, doing water changes, looking at your fish as the lights are coming on, maybe moving stuff around, maybe even making a video yourself so put out so that we can watch. But I just thought I'd do a quick room review. I've changed some stuff around, I've moved some things around, gotten rid of some things. So let's go ahead and start with this. I moved my shrimp tank from underneath the 225s that are back behind, which you saw a second ago, to up here on top, so I can see them right when I walk in the door now. It's kind of cool. I can walk in and just stop. It's actually head height for me. So it's nice to be able to look in here and see some shrimplets. I took the assassin snail that was in here out just for the fact that I wasn't seeing any shrimplets, nor snails at the time, and then I decided to throw a snail in to give it a treat, and then eventually decided to pull that assassin snail out thinking it had got him, and obviously it had not. But I do have little shrimplets in there. So I'm very stoked about just having the shrimplets. Let's see, my 20 long here with my pleco, my little pleco breeding thing that's going on. Oh, look who's out. Oh, look who ran away. The male is still back there by his cave. And I have fry. Here's one albino fry that's out. I've seen, oh, here's another one. So I got at least a few albino fry out of this set. I have seen a couple dark ones as well, but I haven't seen a whole lot of fry yet. He just let them out yesterday. One of the females moved around back there. I got rid of all of my white clouds, except for this one fry that I didn't see when I pulled them all out and took them up there. And it was a lot smaller. It was one of those, well, it was still looking like a little sliver in the water. And so I wasn't exactly sure if it was a white cloud or if it was a celestial Pordania fry that happened to get by from the parents. I have two celestial Pordanias in here, and they do lots of breeding in here. Nothing's coming out yet, but that's probably because I got 3 minnows in here that probably will pick off any little fry that they see swimming around. Oh, that focused in on there, is there? So I'm going to go ahead and move on from this. I put assassin snail in here too to try to control the snails. Not doing a great job of it so far, but hopefully as it gets bigger it'll start doing that. I'm really stoked to have the pleco fry finally coming out of the cave. So this tank, I added a bunch of these little plants in here because I pulled them out of another tank I'm going to be showing here in a minute. They are only in here really to get the snails off of them. This tank is full of assassin snails, and I'm going to give them a few days in here so that I can get the snails off there before I move them on. I don't want the larger shelled snails that I have being moved into the other tanks. I don't mind the pond snails, but the ram's horn looking ones, geez, I cannot hold my hand straight. Focus in for me. Little ram's horn, one like that, I don't like those being spread off to the other tanks just for the, they grow really big and it's annoying. Besides that, I took a bunch of assassin snails from out of here up into the pet store and got some money for them, and I ended up getting a few more smaller salt and pepper cories. So I've got a total of 5 salt and peppers in here now. I was planning on breeding them, and I still want to, but I'm not sure if I'm going to do it in the tank I was going to do because I want to move a fish into that one. These 2 tanks, 10 gallons, are both empty at the moment except for snails, and they each have an assassin snail, and I'm trying to catch those guys. These are going to become continuous or permanent breeding tanks for some of the microfish that I have, or small fish, dwarf fish, whatever you want to call them. I'm going to try to breed my pygmy cories and this one with the sand bottom, but I've also thought of maybe putting my pygmy cories up here into my shrimp tank because at one point I fed with some tubiflex worms. I think some have survived, and they are across the bottom, not badly, but they are in there. And I just don't happen to be able to see any at the moment. But, and then this tank, I'm planning on using for one of the microrasporas. I don't know the name off the top of my head. I had it written down somewhere and I've lost it. I'm gonna have to look it up on the internet, but I'm pretty sure someone watches it. I don't know the name of it. So, but I got when my wife was out of town, I took my kid up to the lake. We were walking around and got a bag full of oak leaves. So these are oak leaves in here, kind of they've been waterlogged now, so they're down together. And I put them in a nice big pile so that the micro reservoirs, they like to swim in between them and breed in between them. There is a sponge filter in this one. This one just has a little old-fashioned corner filter. There's 2 sponges inside there, and just lots of plants in here to give micro stuff for the fish to feed on when the fry come. And this tank, this is the one I pulled the guppy grass out that is in there. This tank was empty, I thought, last video when I said I pulled the Celestial Pro Danios out. Well, they had fry. So I've got like 4 or 5 Celestial Pro Daniel fry in here. And it's not very many. I wasn't really prepared. I didn't have things going in the window early enough to have the green water to save a bunch of them. But I think I got 4 with possibility of 6 swimming around in here. So that is very cool. I'm stoked about that. My angels. Basically, I just rearranged the tank. I took the piece of wood that was in the 20 long by the window here out. I shut that tank down for right now. And that piece of wood is in here. It looks really kind of good, I think, with 2 pieces of wood on there, plants right in the middle. Gives nice little dividers, line of sight, and stuff like that for the angels. I have all male angels, I believe. So it's kind of nice that it makes so I don't get a lot of fighting. I did put in a Nubis plant, I believe it's a Nubis nanite. I stuck it into a crack there, and then a Java fern I shoved through a hole back over there to see if I could get those to attach. It looks like something drifted up into the corner here. So, kind of cool. You see a little bit of flowering up on the top there. It's starting to sink into the water after this much time. This is the tank that my nanofish, oh, that's the tank my nanofish are in, that I'm going to be moving over into the other tanks. So, let's see if I can get them on here. I got one of these ones with the dot on the side. In the last video I showed that I had 5 of them. I still have them. I put the aqua bridge in like I was talking about, and they swam over and made a home with the glass cats. So when I went up to the store with the assassin snails, I got a bunch, 9 of these guys and 1 of that other one. So I still need to move that one over so it can be with the school, and then a nice little school of 6. I also have pygmy cories in here. I wish I could remember the name of these rasboras. I really do. They're really very pretty. But as you see, I've added oak leaves into a lot of my tanks. I'm kind of hoping that the pygmy cories have bred in here. I don't have an assassin snail in here yet. I want to put one in, but I'm trying to get, I believe they're trumpet snails. I'm trying to get some breeding on that so I can get them down into the substrate, keep that turned up and keep that healthy. But I don't want to put assassin snail in and have it kill the small ones before I can get them kind of established down there, if you know what I mean. This tank, doing really good. Those guys have moved over. I've lost most of my coolies. All the coolies in this tank are gone. They all died. I don't know from what. Just woke up one day and all the coolies were laying dead across the bottom. This tank, my big female, I believe it was a female, had ick and fought it for 3 or 4 days. Thought she was getting better, but she ended up dying. And there's 2 that are making their home underneath this piece of wood over here, underneath that leaf and piece of wood in the corner. I just let them do their thing. They're doing good. My pothos, I love this plant. Still hanging up there in the original pot I got it in, comes down here. Back behind that filter, you can see the roots all hanging down here. They're starting to dig into the dirt. I mean, it's down to the rocks, just ready to hit the dirt section there. But I got it coming up and over. My plan with it is, I got it in a little suction cup thing right here around the base part of the leaf. I'm going to actually see if I can get it to go across all the tanks and have roots hanging down in every single one of these tanks over here, and even have it come up and go into that one. So that's just going to be what I'm going to try to do with it, see if I can get it to do with it. My Leportina Poma. I'm really stoked that I've finally put a light on this guy's tank. This is what it's always looked like, just no light on it. You can see him in there. I don't know what this piece of crap is here, stuck to the tank foot. I'm going to get that out of here in a little bit. But this guy is going to get a tank change. Most of the new bigger tanks that I have, I've always planned on putting him in, and I get something else to put it in. He is going to be moved to this 20 long. I was planning on breeding the Corys in here. That's why I got the couple extra salt and peppers. But I've decided I'm going to move him into this tank. He needs something bigger than that 10-gallon. It's done and good, but it's clean and he's healthy in there. But I want to see him swim around more. I do like that fish, and not being able to see it as much is a little disappointing since I've had that fish like 2 months before my daughter was born. She's getting ready to turn 4 here in January, and it'd be nice to have that fish out and about more often. I got a little worm feeding video of it that I might throw on here at the end, or might just throw up sometime later. And that's about it. My betas are doing good. I lost a few, but they're getting to that age where we're going to start losing them. Beyond that, not much else. See ya.